enthusiastic, under 30 people 2.5 years ago. And I think it didn't take us too long to decide that, yes, this is what we should go ahead with. So I was asking Sony just before we started this, that time when we launched this in Bangalore, there were probably 10 people in black t-shirts, and now we've got so many people in black t-shirts here. So it's really heartening to see that Chiller has also grown, and we are very happy that we've grown. Even more happier that our customers really like it. And there are so many of these stories, and I can probably go on for a full day telling you these customer stories as to how they have taken Chiller. But just to highlight the point, there was this fairly old customer of ours in a village in Haryana who was introduced to Chiller when we launched sometime in 2015, and he was in the need to send money to his grandson who was studying in some college in a big city, and he was kind of feeling a little, he wasn't able to do that because it was pretty late in the day. And then he was introduced to Chiller by one of our branch staff, where we have a branch in that village in Haryana. And in a matter of few days, we saw that there were a few tens of customers in the same village who had started using Chiller. We came across many such people. We came across a labor contractor in another village who said that I pay my labor through Chiller. In fact, when we go to our cafeteria in office, most of us use Chiller to make that payment in our cafeteria also. And I've been telling Sony that we should probably start doing pre-ordering also on through Chiller, because you can anyway send a message. So maybe we'll do that at some time. So we are very happy with this engagement that we've had so far, and we do want to be a part of this growth story that Chiller promises to be on. I also believe that we are really a good partner for fintechs, and let me also admit that Chiller was our first serious fintech partnership. And I think the last line, which I don't know how many of you noticed on that slide where he had mentioned about fintechs and banks collaborating, there was a mention on the slide which said banks plus fintech is greater than banks versus fintech. Yeah, and you forgot to say that, so I thought I must. So I think we've been maintaining that throughout, that we are in no conflict with any fintechs, and all this discussion about people coming and disrupting and doing this and that, we don't hear that anymore, because most of the things that you hear now are around collaboration. And I'm sure a lot of you would have seen us doing these innovation summits in the last 2 years. And we have also expanded our overall engagement portfolio with fintechs, and today we deal on an actual basis with at least 20-25 fintechs, and we have a pipeline of at least about 100 which we are continuously examining. Coming back to UPI, I think we also saw this chance as a very good way of expanding the availability of UPI. So when Chiller and we started talking to each other, I think it just made perfect sense that we introduce UPI on Chiller also, which helps them access more banks than what they have access to on IMPS right now. It also helps HDFC Bank in being able to service many more customers who are going to be using UPI. And UPI, I'm sure you might be tracking already. It's already crossed about 2.3 billion rupees of transactions in the month of March, which is 2,300 crores as per data reported by RBI. And HDFC Bank is amongst the top 3 participants in UPI, though we were not amongst those, those I think 15 or 17 banks which launched. We were a little late in launching, but nonetheless, I think we probably did a little more systematic job around how we wanted to take it to our customers. So we very quickly climbed to the top 3, I think right from the second month onwards. So we are very bullish about UPI. We continue to believe that all these new payment mechanisms, whether it's PIM or UPI, and PIM also rides on UPI, or just the fact that customers are going to have access to a very, very simplistic, interoperable method of making payments, both P2P and to merchants, or for even online later. We do believe that the future of digital payments in the country is largely going to ride on UPI more than anything else. So we continue to back this very, very strongly, very aggressively, and we continue to be very bullish and optimistic. That's all that I have to say. Thank you very much for your attention.